Hello, everyone. My name is Chase DeMarco. Some of you already know me. I've been a member and a moderator for past Innovator MD events. And obviously, if you can see these two here, medical education podcaster as well. And this is going to be a really interesting conversation, really going into some, I would like to say, different topics in real estate and investment. And we have three great speakers for this event. So first is going to be Dr. Christopher Liu, who became financially free at 29. He graduated with an MD PhD at Bayer College of Medicine. He is the author of How I Quit My Lucrative Career and Achieved Financial Freedom Using Real Estate, and the founder and podcaster at the Financial Freedom for Physicians podcast. Welcome, Dr. Liu.
Hey guys, thanks Chase for inviting me, and I'm really happy to be on this panel. And real estate is how I got my financial freedom. So it's really a fascinating subject, especially for physicians. But briefly about me, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm based out of Houston, Texas. Currently, I'm in Austin for the South by Southwest Tech and Film Festival. And again, I'm the founder and host of Financial Freedom for Physicians podcast, whose mission is to educate physicians and to empower them to achieve financial freedom early on so that they themselves can be empowered and have more choice and freedom in terms of time, freedom, emotion, and location. So I'm really happy to be on this panel to talk a little bit about my background, my journey. I have a very unique and inspiring story. So so I've been an entrepreneur all my life, and so the motive of my entire existence has always been quality of life and freedom. So, and the predominant way of thinking about financial freedom in the 80s and 90s was you got a high-paying job. So, I followed that advice. It really wasn't geared towards my passions or my creativity. But I still follow that. So got into Baylor for medical school, my first choice. I was a MD PhD, and I did my PhD at Rice University. And so that allowed me to get exposed to a huge entrepreneurial culture, especially in terms of healthcare, venture tech, biotech. A lot of my professors and colleagues were starting companies, and a lot of my friends and colleagues were becoming millionaires in their 20s. So I got my financial head start in the early 20s, created my first six-figure business by trading options, and I parlayed that into my first property in the early 2000s. 1,500 square feet, 2-bed, 2-bath, bought it for $70K, and the rent was around $1,500. So back then in the Houston area, the market was really undervalued. So you were almost not smart if you were renting instead of buying. So stayed there for 7 years, and bought my second property in 2006, approximately the same size, 80,000. And basically since 2008, I've been a full-time entrepreneur investing in single family residences. So I started out my career matching into orthopedic surgery. It wasn't really my passion, and it's always been investing, entrepreneurship, creating businesses, partnerships that have always been my talents, and that's where my passions and interests lie. So since 2008 to 2016, my mode of investing in real estate has been direct active ownership of single family residential real estate in the Houston, Texas Medical Center through a combination of strategies. So long-term rentals, short-term rentals, and I've really focused in on strategies such as buy, rent, rehab, refinance, and repeat house hacking, as well as Airbnb. So that's been my mode. I know a couple of the audiences were interested in commercial syndications. A few of you said you were interested in active and passive side. So I'm happy to talk about some of the pros and cons of direct active real estate. By 2016, I got my financial freedom, and I was able to retire early. So I took a year off as a digital nomad and really immersed myself learning from entrepreneurs, digital creators, and how they created and marketed themselves, creating digital products, social media. And in that year, I was living in Europe, Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the United States. And I came back in 2017 and I created Financial Freedom for Physicians, again, whose mission is to empower physicians to achieve financial freedom early on so that they can be empowered to live their best lives. So if they want to practice medicine, they have that choice and option. And they also, not only do they have career freedom, but they also have time, location, and emotional freedom, as well as healthier relationships and better balance of lives. And since 2017, it's been an awesome journey. I've written 4 books. I've appeared on Kevin MD. I've spoken for the White Coat Investor, for Peter Kim's Passive Income MD Summit. I've written for MedPage Today, Doximity, Somi Docs, FinCon, as well as a Seek conference. So I've really elevated my brand. I have my podcast, YouTube channel. You can check me out on my website. It's drchrislewmdphd.com, our podcast. We're growing out our YouTube channel. We also have our private Facebook group, which is Financial Freedom for Physicians, as well as my 4 books. I'm also on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So that's been my journey so far. So I said I was a serial entrepreneur. And since then, I've really my current projects that I've been working on, besides my influencer and thought leadership career, has been I've been currently working on several early projects in the DeFi, fintech, and crypto spaces. So I got in early in Bitcoin in 2012, and since 2017, I've been a big believer in it. So I'm really focused on this area, and it's been again, I mentioned I'm here at South by Southwest and really interacted, networking with some of the top entrepreneurs in this field. So, but I'm happy to talk about real estate, and I'll give it over to the next speaker.